Well, this is the second part. It's 12:51 a.m. and he had asked God to please help him to save him out of this one. Meaning, he won't drink no more, or he won't, do bad things, smoke. But then, after a while, people forget the things you ask God sometimes. So he went ahead and there he goes. A lot of time had gone by already between his brothers getting killed and all that bad stuff. And one night, he went to play pool, was drinking some beers, smoking cigarettes, and just talking to the people that were there, friends that he still had. And of course, he was talking ugly about, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, because, of course, he's not going to be happy for too long after losing two brothers. Anyways, this night was very different. He played pool. He talked to friends that he still knew and had there. And he decided to go home. It was already after 2 o'clock in the morning. And he's walking toward the house because, if he didn't have a car, he lived in walking distance. But there was a lot of fences, like in between the houses. And he said, all of a sudden, he ran into something that didn't look right. It was like, I don't know, what the rancheros look like from like when they're wearing that big black head, the mariachis. But from the time of the revolution, that big hat that they wear. Anyways, he saw this guy in front of him, dressed all in dark clothes. And being that he was drinking and drunk, and he's telling the guy, hey, what's going on? Hey, do I know you? And the guy would not stop. He would walk a little faster. And he would get closer and closer and walk faster toward him. And the man would just keep walking like away from him, like leave me alone. To the point where he says he started walking so fast he was sweating. And he couldn't believe that the guy could just jump over every fence without even looking like he was jumping. It looked like he just went through the fence. So he finally catches up to him. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. And by that time, and he reaches over to the guy and pulls him from the shoulder and says, hey, I asked you, who the hell are you? And what are you doing over here close to my house? And when he pulled him away toward him, where he made him swing over to him, he said the man didn't have a face. The hat just looked like it was on something, and it was the darkest area, and he could not make out a face at all. And there was a little bush that is like a pomegranate bush. So he got scared. His hair pulled up in the back of his head, but he still continued to chase him and said, who are you? Hey, I need to know who you are. And this big man disappeared in that bush, the pomegranate bush. And he said he felt like a white gel, cold ice on his back, and just stood there for the longest time and ran home because he felt such a weird presence that he couldn't explain what it was. But then again, he didn't see a face on that man, whatever it was. And from that day on, he never picked up a beer or a cigarette. That's the story that he told us.